only very, very curious. Have you ever received a gift so special that you cherish it with all your life when you were very little, maybe 5 years old? I'm going to tell you a story about someone who at 5 years old of age received a very special gift that changed his life and our life. A compass. This child later on made something that I'm going to show you, and I'm sure you're going to know who is that.
Oh, I know.
All right, Karen.
Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein received the Nobel Prize in Physics in the year 1921. And in the year 1999, Time magazine called him the person of the century. One person called all the century is Albert Einstein. We will see the life of one of the great minds of this century, of the last century, and how he changed our world. We're going to know his childhood, his life, and how this man's life changed the world. He was born Herman and Pauline Einstein. He was a salesman, and his mom was at home with him and his sister. Here we see him. I mean, hardly to recognize without his hair, but that's him at the age of 4. 1 year later is when he got his compass. He was born in 1879 in Ulm-Göteborg in Germany. Even though he was born in Germany, he resigned his German citizenship. You will know why later. Einstein did not talk until he was 3 years old. He had speech difficulties in elementary school. Everybody thought that he was not getting the good education that he should get because he could not talk too good. This is original Albert Einstein's toys. This is a picture taken at Princeton University, and that's a compass that he got. Compass gift from his father. You can see here. It's where the picture was taken is at Princeton University when he taught here in the U.S. According to Brockman-John's book, Curious Minds, 27 scientists describe what inspires them to choose their paths. Well, Albert Einstein told them it was my father's compass. At 12 years old, he was very different than the other kids. He decided to study calculus, something that maybe a 12-year-old would not decide to do. And he was ahead of every other student at his school. That he actually applied to the college before he finished high school. He was denied. But he insisted, and they gave him a test that he got the score above their general public, like 18-year-old. At the age of 16-year-old, he could do it. After he graduated from school, he got married with Milena Mari, which was the only female in his class studying mathematics. And just from studying books and doing homework, a relationship grew, and they got married, and they have two children, Hans and Albert Einstein. After that, because he had his growing family, he had to get a job. But he could not find a teaching job, so he worked at a patent office as an assistant examiner. While working there with books and papers, he actually had time to write 4 of his papers, of his books, which was published. And he, at the age of 26, he was awarded with a PhD. And at the age finally of 32, he became a professor at the Charles University of Prague. In 1919, the couple got divorced, and 2 years later, Einstein got the Nobel Prize in 1921. According to the Nobel Prize website, he decided to give the money to his wife. Well, now he got divorced, so he gave his money to her. A lot of people think that maybe she helped him to reach the ANC2 square, which is very famous. He was with him at the time. It's very possible that he did. Actually, she did that. After his divorce, he got married again. And now, someone that he knew very much, which was his cousin. He married his cousin Elsa, and they decided not to have kids, but actually that was his eternal love, he said. In 1931, Einstein met one of the most famous persons in that time. If you see them in this picture, you do not recognize who that is. But if I show you the next picture, you will see who that is. There's Charles Chaplin, and he said, "The people applaud me because everybody understands me, and they applaud applaud you because no one understands you. This was from the book, According to Great Thinkers, AZ and London Continuum, 2004. And also, he was very, very concerned with his roots, and he decided to make a statement. And one of the speech that I could find of him is right here. And I'll reload it.
Now, I will ask a few words and a country becomes really so responsive in consciously serving the intellectual life, and in the case of our Jewish people, it was merely the big endeavor which concerns the Jewish people as a whole. We would not be in existence today as a community of people without this continuous activity in learning and in thought and in literature.
He really had his values of learning about everything. He was a militant pacifist. And even with that, there was one thing that he regretted. In the Time magazine, he said, "I made one great mistake in my life when I signed a letter to President Roosevelt recommending that atom bombs be made." He didn't know what the great changes in the world could do with his research, but that's one of the things that he regretted. Einstein died on April 18, 1955, in Princeton Hospital at the age of 76. Thomas Harvey removed Einstein's brain for preservation without the permission of his family. And even with the studies, they said that he had more brain cells than the average people. They're still studying brains, Einstein's brain. Here we see him how he was. And imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited to all we know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all there ever will be known to understand. In conclusion, if you are good at something, even if you are doing something else like he was in a Petty's office, he was doing what he really liked to do, and he got to work with that. Live your dreams, even if you are 5 years old. And he developed his talent spending time on what he loved, and not in something else. A gift to a child can change his life, and who knows, can change our lives forever.